Hello and welcome to Qsports. I'm Umudu Gajaga and thank you for joining us. Coming up tonight, we're talking about the Gambia's World Cup qualifiers, the two games they played so far for the 2026 World Cup, Mexico, USA and Canada. It's two defeats in succession. What went wrong? What can be improved? Gambia wouldn't play in the qualifiers until the next window, which is in June 2024. Less than a year away from now, but what's your whole assessment of the Gambia national team? We will look at the result, we will talk about their performance against Burundi and the latest one against Cote d'Ivoire, where the Gambia lost by 2-0. All that on tonight's Qsports. But first, we look at the Gambia's performance against La Cote d'Ivoire, the Elephants. They lost by 2-0. Despite, if you like, sometimes it's a tactic they refer to as parking the bus. That's having all the players at the back. They only depend on counter-attacks. Gambia had very few touches of the ball, especially in the first half, because Ivory Coast were in control of possession. They were passing with intensity and as well, attacking the Gambia. They were resolute at the back. But not until in the 45th minute when Kwame scored the goal. And that was the difference in the first half. Just as Gambia expected, at least to go into the break 0-0. Cote d'Ivoire break the deadlock. And then coming into the second half, this was late in the game in the 85th minute. It was Sekou Fofana who, had the ball in midfield on challenge and had a very good angle of the goal, took a thunderous shot, and he has well beaten the goalkeeper, Modou Diop. That was Cote d'Ivoire's 2-0 victory was sealed. What happened to the Gambia team? In terms of the coach's selection of players, what do you think actually went wrong? Well, we will share this platform with you. You can call on 5050505. Well, that's the number if you want to be part of this program. We'll do a post-mortem of the Gambia's World Cup qualifiers, starting from the Burundi game and then the game against Cote d'Ivoire. Two defeats in succession. Is it one of the worst possible start for the Gambia in a qualifier in recent years, especially when it comes to the World Cup qualifiers? Well, it will only be comparable to 2013 during the 2014 World Cup qualifiers, when the Gambia finished in the bottom of a group where there were teams like Morocco, and they finished with just a single point throughout the qualifiers. Are we going to get into that kind of a situation? Well, for Cote d'Ivoire, it's been 6 points already after 2 matches, and we've seen Gabon also had 6 points after 2 matches. Kenya, Burundi all secured points in the qualifiers so far in that Group F, but Gambia and Seychelles, well, who are the team to beat in the competition so far, they've lost by 9-0 to Cote d'Ivoire, the favourites and the group leaders currently, and also they went on to lose by 5-0 against Kenya. Well, what's going to be Gambia's reality check in these qualifiers? Is there any way of bouncing back, let's say, in June? But just before that, long qualifiers, we would have the Africa Cup of Nations in January in Cote d'Ivoire. How is the team going to perform? What's your assessment so far? How do you see the performance of the players? Do you think some of them need to improve? How about the coach, Tom Sanfiet? All that we'll be looking in tonight's Qsports. We will take a short break and then we'll return with the details. Welcome back and thank you very much if you're just joining us. This is QTV, Qsports. I am Umudu Gajaga and we're talking about the Gambia, Cote d'Ivoire, the qualifiers. They lost by 2-0 and it was a qualifiers where the Gambia were expecting to at least have a much improved performance, a better performance, and also maybe perhaps get a draw or even a win. But we have our first caller on the line. Well, it appears we've lost that caller there, but we're talking about the Gambia's performance in the World Cup qualifiers for Mexico, Canada, USA 2026. The qualifiers kick-started in earnest on the 17th, and on the 20th, which was yesterday, they played their second game against Cote d'Ivoire and lost by 2-0. That means back-to-back defeats, 2 defeats in a row, 2 defeats in succession. While against Burundi, that was the least expected. The performance wasn't good enough, both in terms of choices and also even the performance of the players. How about the coach? We have a caller on the line. Hello.
Hello, assalamu alaikum.
Yes, welcome. And what's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Sekou. I'm calling you from Lamen.
Okay, Sekou, you've watched the Gambia's games, I must believe, for the first game against Burundi and the second game yesterday against Cote d'Ivoire. What do you think of the team?
Yeah, I watch both games.
Yes, go ahead. What's your assessment of the team?
Well, I think what I have to say is our coach has to go.
Oh, really? With all the results
really.
that he achieved for the Gambia, with all the success, reaching the quarterfinals of the AFCON? Hello, Sekou.
Yes, I'm getting you. I said he's not helping the boys.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, Tom is always defending. We don't know the reason why, he's defending.
Is it because the teams that he plays against, they're very much well organized
really
because they're much better
he's playing
team?
against, right? I mean, we have high caliber players who can attack and score.
Okay.
Right? But what we don't know is he's always defending. Even though he doesn't have to defend, he will still defend. Why? I mean, how on earth will Gambia defend against Burundi?
So for you, he should be playing attacking football?
Like, he has no reason to defend. He has no reason to defend. Yes, you defend if you have to. But then, he doesn't have any reason for defending. Why defending?
Okay.
Tom is not really helping us. I think it is high time for we to allow him to go. If not, I don't see Gambia qualifying from the group stage in AFCON.
Well, okay. Thank you very much for the contribution.
Thank you.
Well, for him, Tom is a problem. He said, why should we be defending, especially against teams like Burundi? Because there is no reason to defend against Burundi. Is it because Burundi is a lower opposition? Well, this is the group so far. Cote d'Ivoire after 2 matches, 6 points. Gabon still also have 6 points. Kenya 3 points, and Burundi, who defeated the Gambia in the first game, also 3 points. Gambia, well, 5th from bottom in the group, 0 points after 2 matches. Seychelles, also 0 points and conceded 14 goals. Well, for the Gambia, the first match, they conceded 3. Second match, they conceded 2 goals. So it's like, when it comes to the defensive aspect of the team as well, lots of questions would be asked for the Gambia's almost last 3 games, whether it was in the qualifiers or so, they concede at least a minimum of 2 goals per game. Is that a worry? Should that be something that the coach need to address? How about the players? We have another caller on the line. Hello.
Yes. Good evening, Mr. Gajaga.
Good evening. What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Modlam. I'm calling from Dakar.
Okay, Modlamin, what's your assessment of the Gambia's performance so far against Burundi and against Cote d'Ivoire yesterday?
Watching the games, I think our coach Tom is.
Yes, go ahead. We're listening.
Yes, I was saying. After watching both games, after Burundi and Cameroon, I think our coach has to go.
Wow, you're also not in support of the coach. You think he has to go? Yes. With everything that he achieved? Well, we appear to lost that caller there on the line talking about the coach. Many people seem to find the coach to be the trouble in the team. How about the players? Well, For the first half against Cote d'Ivoire, we've seen the Gambia team hardly gets good possession of the ball, interchange of passes. Going forward, we've seen long clearances from the goalkeeper. It goes directly into the Cote d'Ivoire box. We have another caller. Hello. What's your name and where are you calling from? Hello?
No, the network is not good.
Well, we appear to lose that caller there, and we'll still continue with the discussion. The Gambia's World Cup qualifiers for Mexico, Canada, USA 2026. The long qualifiers, it's going to be a marathon. It will go all the way to 2026 before a winner of a group is declared, and that winner qualifies automatically to the expanded version of the World Cup, where Africa will get at least 9 guaranteed slots, and one of the slots will go into a playoff. Yes, hello.
Hello.
Yes, what's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Fatu Bite.
Okay, Fatu, what's your assessment of the Gambia team?
Ki naka la tudda man lifin olof la bëgg a wax.
No problem, waxal olof. Ñu olofal ko.
Waaw. Tom daar nuñ gisee game bi nu muy demee daal. Tom na dem rek nekkul di dimbale nit yi.
Waaw.
Waaw nekkul di dimbale nit yi de moom daf dee nekk di defend rek di defend lu muy defendee boys yi nañ attaque ñu score goal.
waaw soo ne Tom pour mu dem Tom moo yóbbu Gambia ñaari Africa Cup of Nations te ba pare first one bi dem na ba quarter finals. Fooguloo ne loolu is good enough pour mu stay.
Mu dem rek.
Mu dem
mu dem rek ban fan yi dama feebar sax fan yi dama feebar laa def.
Weral waay yow tamit football noonu la dee demee léegoo léeg nga win léegoo léeg nga ñàkk.
nii lay dem rek.
waaw.
si gannaaw rek te bëgguñ loolu na Tom dem.
waaw.
waaw.
ok jërëjëf si call bi.
baax na jërëjëf.
Well, that's another caller again talking about Tom Sanford. He said his defensive approach is something that he definitely, she definitely doesn't want the team to be defending. Rather, they want attacking football. We have another caller on the line. Hello.
Hello, Mohammed. How are you?
Very well, thank you. Yourself, and where are you calling from?
I'm Modu Juf calling from Fat Njagachoy.
Can you speak up a little bit louder?
I'm Modu HM Juf calling from Fat Njagachoy.
Okay, Modu from Fast and Jagachoy. Tell us about your assessment of the Gambia team so far.
Mohammed, as I watched the two games,
Go ahead.
Tom is not really helping us because he's only playing defensive football. And qualifier rounds, we all know that we need to play attack so that we can achieve some goals. But if you defend, how do you think that you will be able to score goals? And the other way around, it downed me also when I see another fixture, Pamori Job in the goalkeeper, and also James Gomez in the bench. We need those. James Gomez needs to start. He is really participating in his club, fully time fit. Why should James be lacking? And Pamori Job also, without a club, not performing as expected in this sitting. Why should Pamori Job start?
Okay.
It also down me a lot. Tom is not really helping us. It's qualifier rounds. We need to play at least forward and look at how we can achieve some goals to qualify. When we look at most of the teams that are going in the qualifier rounds, you don't see any team that is defending. See, Tom's qualifier round, it defends. When you come to the league proper, it defends. So when are you going to achieve? The players that we are having right now, they need to showcase their talent so that they can sign big clubs. So Tom needs to help us, really.
But Modu, let me ask you this question. Is it not that defending that made Gambia reach the quarterfinals of the AFCON in Cameroon?
Now, when you look at our last game in the AFCON, qualified, when we conceded the 2 goals.
Yes, against Cameroon.
The qualifier round for the AFCON.
AFCON, yes. That is against Congo.
Yeah, when you look at our first half, Tom defends. But in the second half, when he conceded 2 goals, what did he do? He now play forward so that he can achieve some goals. And within how many minutes, the boys showcase their talent to show that their ability that they can do it. So why always you defend?
Okay.
So it doubts me a lot.
All right, thank you very much, Modu from Fast Njagachoy. Yeah, we appreciate your call. He talks about defending. That seems to be something that almost every call is talking about. We have another one. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, what's your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah, I'm Alusa.
Okay, Aliu, what are your thoughts about the Gambia's performance so far after 2 matches?
Yeah, judging from the 2 games we played, for me, in my own opinion, I'm not seeing Gambia, progressing from these qualifiers.
Okay, the World Cup qualifiers, you think
Yeah.
it's not going to be possible for Gambia to qualify?
No, I don't think so. Because judging from the performance, it's not promising. Because the way the boys are playing, some players, you even wonder if they really want to play for the Gambia, Because how can you have a clear-cut chances, you throw it away? You have a clear-cut chances which you should not miss. You miss it. And chances like that comes once in a while in a game. So the boys need to be hungry, to play for the nation. Yeah, they need to be hungry. They need to be that hungry. They need to fight, to bring results. They need to fight. But they are not fighting. They are not fighting. And then the coach also, the tactical approach of the game from the coach side. It's really, really disappointing. The way the coach is, approaching the game. It's definitely not helping.
All right, thank you very much.
And then they are not attacking. The chances are not coming. The goals are not coming. How can you win without capitalizing on your chances? There are a lot of things to improve. All right, thank you so much. All right.
Thank you so much. Appreciated your call. He talks about the coach and some of the players need to improve and how we need to take our chances. We have someone also on the line. Hello.
Hello.
Yes. What's your contribution?
Man dama bëgg a wax ci mbiri coach bi.
Mun ngaa wax ci kaw tuuti.
Ma ne coach bi mooy suma problème coach bi.
Waaw coach bi lu tax nga ne mooy sa problème lu mu def?
Because comme football bi Gambia.
Waaw.
Suñ lu ñoo play.
Waaw.
Boy yi mun nañ play amul kenn ku mënul play. Nañ play comme mu bàyyi ragal bi coach bi lu mu war ragal football fu mu nekk nii yëpp di same level la. di same level la amut kii mooy kii amut kii mooy kii gomal sa bopp nga dëggal sa bopp nga play su bàyyee booy yi ñu play ku nekk play position bu mu war a play Gambia dañoo am dara si match yi wala suñ amee 5-6 touches dañoo egga si opponent house 18 yards bi wala si box bi te dañoo am chance so léegi moom lu moo ragal if it man first day Gambia mu coach Gambia Algeria fii nii laa xam ne coach bi ayut because yow mënuloo play against Algeria fii stade bi fees Algerian si suñ amee bool nit ñi yuuxu gars yi loose ball bi still now ngay defend soo attaqué nga am dara saa yuñ attaqué Gambia saa yuñ attaqué dañ ngay am dara.
waaw si yow daal dafa war a attaque daal.
dañ war a play normal football comme football amul defend amul jël half back bi feesal suñ digga bi ay defender ay half back na players yi ñu mun a play ñu play ñooñu ku nekk play position am. ñu play loolu dañ cee génn man loolu laa am pour wax.
Okay, jërëjëf si sa oote bi is talking about attacking football. Whenever Gambia attacks, well, there seems to create some chances, even if they are far in between. Well, yesterday against Cote d'Ivoire, you remember it was 11 minutes of added on time, and that 11 minutes, the coach made some substitutions. He brought in fresh legs, the likes of Hamza Barry, the likes of Hassan Cisse, the likes of Abdoulaye Sanyang, also Mohamed Badamosi earlier on, who replaced Aliou Fadera there. Even Musa Barrow was substituted. During that last 11 minutes of added on time, we've seen some good execution of passes from the Gambian team. Was that encouraging? That should be something that the coach should have started in the first half? Or was it because of a precautionary measure not to concede many goals? We have another caller on the line. Hello. Well, we lost that caller there, but we're talking about the Gambia's World Cup qualifiers for Mexico 2026. Mexico, Canada, and the United States of America. After 2 matches, it's 0 points so far because the Gambia lost both games against Burundi in the opener and also against Cote d'Ivoire. Can we also talk about the stadium issue, playing away from home? Well, the game should have been played at the Independence Stadium in Bacau. That is yesterday's game, but because of the stadium's circumstances, it has not been approved by CAF and FIFA. We have another caller. Hello.
Hello, Mr. Gajaga.
Yes, what's your name and where are you calling from?
This is Usman. I'm calling from Banjoni.
Okay, Usman, your thoughts on Gambia's performance so far?
Yeah, the performance, basically the blame is being in the coach, but then I would say like most of the time we also have to blame the players that are in the pitch.
Okay.
Yeah, because every game you see there are tactics that will win the game. My only blame for the coach will be our game against Burundi. Yeah, we could have capitalized, and then we could have capitalized because looking at our ranking, we are even above Burundi, so we could have capitalized and at least grab those 3 points. So looking at other games, maybe based on their experience, the coach can use his tactics to play with those things. But in every game you're seeing, there are different ways to play the game. So basically, my blame to the coach will be the game against the Gambia and Burundi. But looking at the performance, it's definitely not promising. If we didn't change the way the boys are playing, it's basically losses for the Gambia.
Okay, thank you very much for your contribution.
All right, thank you.
Yes, for him, he thinks a lot needs to improve, especially for the performance of the players. And he thought we also have lost a golden opportunity against Burundi, but the approach of the coach he wouldn't question that much because he said every game there is a tactic that you play against your opponent. Well, in the World Cup qualifiers, there have been matches played even today and matches played yesterday. In some of those results, it was Djibouti 0, Guinea-Bissau 1. Well, like we earlier on reported, Gambia 0, Cote d'Ivoire 2. The other game between Eritrea and Republic of Congo, that one was cancelled. Liberia 0, Equatorial Guinea 1. Seychelles 0, Kenya 5. Mali 1, Central African Republic 1. Chad 0, Madagascar 3. We have another caller on the line. Hello.
Hello, Gadaga.
Yes. What's your name and where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Birkama. I am Bubaba.
Okay, Buba. What's your contribution?
I want to speak in Olaf.
No problem. Go ahead. Waxal si Olaf.
Gadaga.
maa ngi lay déglu.
Hello, Gadaga dañu wax ko bi waaye dañu wax GFF tamit.
Waaw, GFF luñ def.
soo bàyyee xel di nga gis ne boys yi amuñ test matches.
Waaw.
te game bi dañ ko waroon a play si stade bi.
Waaw.
waaw ko bi nit yu am mooy the likes of Hamza Bari kan mooy am Hamza Bari nga ko teg si benn bi. Hello.
maa ngi lay déglu yow kay continuer di wax rek man maa ngi lay déglu bu baax a baax.
James kan nga ñëw naa am yàlla naa def si benn bi dafa war a indi players yoo xamante ni si ñëwee si biir bi duñ play football bi correct. waaw man loolu laa amoon lu ma bëgg a wax rek loolu laa amoon lu ma bëgg a sànni GFF nañ try ñu defee suñ film bi suñ part bi mu pare nañ am test matches yu bëri waaye coach bi dafa war a improve.
Okay, jërëjëf. Yes, it's talking about the coach needs to improve, and also for the stadium, the renovation work there, they thought it was going to meet the standard required to play international matches, but that's not the case. It is still at the same stage where it was left out as far as the inspection of CAF was concerned at the time, except, yes, there is a good pitch, there are new seats in the standings, the different stands in the stadium. We've seen that, but it's definitely still doesn't meet the requirements of the football authorities in Africa to allow the stadium to host international matches. Hello. Hello, caller. Hello, caller. Well, still continue with some of the results, especially for today. Lesotho 0, Benin 0. Ethiopia 0, Burkina Faso 3. We have another caller. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, what's your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah, my name is Lamin Kamara.
Okay, Lamin, what's your thoughts about the Gambia's performance so far in the World Cup qualifiers?
Yeah, my thought is actually the coach. The coach needs to improve a lot because all of our games that we do play, the coach normally play defensive fixtures because we have people like Musa Barrow out front. He has speed and he has that shooting power and he has skills, you know. And then Abdullahi as well. But if you are playing a defensive football, most of your players up front, you know, you cannot see their talent because they are not having the ball. You see the way Gambia play, it's difficult for the front players to make any contribution, you know, to showcase their talent because, you know, you are playing much of defensive than attack. You have to attack. You can see our last qualified game in the AFCON qualifiers, our last game, Gambia conceded 2. But all of a sudden he came the formation, he bring the attacking fixtures. All of a sudden Gambia equalized, scored 2 goals, and the game ends 2-2. So you can say Gambia. But the major problem is the coach. The fixtures and the tactics he's bringing is not helping the boys at all. So the coach has to really do better and change the tactics that he's playing. Yeah, otherwise, he's not going to help us.
All right, thank you very much for the call.
Yeah, you're welcome.
We appreciate all the callers and some of the results in today. It's Rwanda 2, South Africa 0. That's a surprising scoreline there. Also, Botswana 1, Guinea 0. Malawi against Tunisia. Tunisia won away by a goal to 0. Senegal drew against Togo 0-0 in Lomé. Comoros, well, for the second time this year, they defeated Ghana by a goal to 0. Well, those are some of the results for today. Also, Libya played against Cameroon. It ended 1-1. Thank you very much for watching Qsports, and until we come your way next week at the same time, have a pleasant night and bye.